We live in Russia. This is our home. This is the greatest country in the world. Some people argue that Russia is not a great country. Now we will prove the opposite. To better understand its state, it's necessary to refer to its history. The history of Russia has more than 1,000 years, from fragmented tribes united by Rurik to the largest state in our time. As a result of the competition of the divided states for power, Russia was enslaved by the Mongols. After 200 years of Mongol rule, in 1380 Mongol Empire was defeated by a civil uprising with leader Dmitry Donskoy. The last Grand Duke Ivan the Terrible became the Tsar autocrat of all Russia. He annexed Kazan and Astrakhan and created a strong and independent state. In the 18th century, under the leadership of Peter the Great, major reforms took place, the transformation of the kingdom into an empire. At the beginning of the 19th century, the Great Army of Napoleon invaded Russia, which reached Moscow in self-abandoned by the Russian army. But soon, the Russian army and the People's Uprising won a war against Napoleonic France. Russia's participation in the First World War caused problems in the state, which ended with the 1917 Socialist Revolution under the leadership of Vladimir Lenin. After the victory of Bolsheviks, the Soviet Union was formed. The young Soviet state under the leadership of Stalin began a fast modernization and industrialization, and soon it came to the second place in the world in terms of industrial production. In 1941, Nazi Germany attacked our country. At the beginning, the USSR had difficulties but managed to turn the tide of the war. The war ended in 1945 with the complete defeat of Nazi Germany. In 1961, Yuri Gagarin became the first man in space, and in 1965, Alexei Leonov went into outer space. The space era of Soviet exploration has brought a lot of honor to our country. We launched the Mir space station, and in the end, we tested the new Energia Buran spacecraft system. During 1991, the Soviet Union fell apart into many independent states. Modern Russia got most of the territories, resources and achievements of the Soviet Union. Undoubtedly, this fact greatly influenced the current military, economic and scientific development. This will be revealed further by Pavel.
Russia inherited a powerful military-industrial complex from the Soviet Union. In 2007, the volume of sales of the defense industry amounted to $18 billion, but in the global military market is 25%. Russia's strategic nuclear forces include more than 500 strategic nuclear weapons, intercontinental ballistic missiles, submarine ballistic missiles, and heavy bombers. The maintenance and modernization of a strong army is not possible without a powerful economy and science. And the presence of a strong army allows you to solve combat missions around the world and dictate your will to the world community. The Russian economy ranks 5th among countries of the world and 2nd among European countries in terms of gross domestic product, based on purchasing power parity, which for 2020 is estimated at $4 trillion and shares this status with Germany. The Russian economy is of transitional type. Russia belongs to the group of countries with a very high level of Human Development Index, and is a member of the World Trade Organization and the Eurasian Economic Union. The USSR and Russia as a successor have achieved significant results in the space exploration. The largest company in the space industry in Russia is the rocket and space corporation Energia. It's the country's main contractor and leading development of spacecraft such as Soyuz MS and Progress, and a Russian participant in the International Space Station program. As we can see, Russia has strong positions in military, economic and science. And what about its nature and resources? Shakir will tell you about it.
The territory of Russia stretches for a third of the continent and is characterized mainly by a continental climate. It consists of different natural zones: Arctic deserts, tundra, taiga, mist and deciduous forests, steppes, semi-deserts and deserts. That, combined with climatic conditions, makes Russian nature more diverse. The incredibly beautiful nature of Russia is glorified by the poets inspired by it, and forever freezes in the paintings of Russian and foreign artists. In the UNESCO World Heritage List, Russia is represented by 11 natural and 17 cultural sites. In terms of geographical structure, the territory of Russia can be divided into two main parts, eastern and western, and the border between them runs approximately along the Yenisei. The western part is predominantly flat, with low hills and elevations. The eastern part is dominated by mountains. Russia possesses the largest resource of mineral raw materials in the world. There are large oil and gas fields. In addition, Russia has the largest resource of iron ore and ores of the most important non-ferrous metals. High-quality ores occur in the area of the Kursk magnetic anomaly. The presence of a large number of resources makes it possible not to depend on the supplies from other countries. And a final word to Vasily.
As we can see, Russia has a great history, huge economic potential and many natural resources. All this means that prosperity will certainly await the country in the future.